Hi, CLI Church family. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Emme Linkous. I'm going into my sophomore year at Glenver High School, and today I just get to share a little bit about what the Lord's been showing me on how we can live for Jesus and how we can trust and rely on Him. So I'm going to read a few verses. The first two are Romans 12:1 and 2. They say, "I appeal to you, therefore, brothers, by the mercies of God, to present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, which is your spiritual worship. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect." When I first read that first part, it says to present your bodies as a living sacrifice. I'm going to be honest, I had no idea what it meant. I was really confused about what it meant, and so I was praying, Lord, what do you want me to see through this verse? What are you trying to show me? And the Lord was showing me that by living sacrifice, it means to surrender ourselves, and not just parts of our lives, but to surrender our whole lives to Jesus. And I think it's hard sometimes because without even thinking it, we subconsciously think, okay, Lord, you can have this part of my life and this part of my life, but not this part because I'm going to do what I want to do with it. And that's not right. The Lord is saying surrender ourselves completely to Jesus. And then there's another part that says, that testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. And notice it does not say what my will is. It's saying the will of God. And we try to do things in our own strength a lot, even if it is sharing the gospel. We do it in our own strength, and we don't rely on Jesus entirely. And so we need to realize that we can rely on Jesus and we can trust Him to guide us, and that we can say, Lord, it's your will, not mine. There's a verse we quote a lot in youth that says, it's John 3:30. It says, "May you increase and I decrease." And I think that also keys into this, that we may say, Lord, it's not my will, it's yours. May you increase in my life and may I decrease. And the second part is, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind. We quote this a lot in youth as well. And this verse is special to me because it basically means that we need to live set apart. We need to be different for Jesus. That there will be something very obviously different about us than the world, that we're not conformed to it. That there will be something different about us that sets us apart. And that's the joy of the Lord. And also on not conforming to the world, I noticed recently I would meet some new people and I asked my parents, oh, are they a Christian? And the answer was often, I think they believe in God, but they don't necessarily live for Him. And that's been kind of dwelling on my heart recently, is that we need to live for Jesus. It's not just about reading the Bible and praying and worshiping. It's also, those are very important, but it's also about living for Jesus and spreading the gospel by relying on Him to work through us. So just living set apart for Jesus. And then there's another verse I'm going to read real quick, and it is in Psalms. It says, oh, sorry, I found it. Okay. It says, many are the sorrows of the wicked, but steadfast love surrounds the one who trusts in the Lord. Be glad in the Lord and rejoice, O righteous, and shout for joy, all you upright in heart. And those two verses seem like this passage and the Romans passage seem kind of really unrelated, but to me they key in perfectly, because the other one is showing how we live for Jesus, and this is saying once we live for Jesus, we can be glad and rejoice in Him and shout for joy because He is with us. Just like Becky was saying on Monday in Monday's devotion, she was saying that the Lord is walking with us, and this verse says that as well. His steadfast love surrounds us. And so once we surrender ourselves to Jesus and once we live for Him, we can trust Him and rely on Him to guide our steps, and trust in His steadfast love to be with us at all times, guiding us. So this week, I just pray that you continue to live for Jesus and dwell in His steadfast love. May the Lord bless you this week. Bye, guys.